Okay, so we're in an ERJ 145. Haven't flown one of these in a while, but it's a nice flying airplane. So we'll be fixing to leave here shortly. Checking instruments, make sure everything's online and ready to go. And so, just a second here, and I think we'll have it. Actually, our flight's we're not climbing very high on the way to Chicago. We're only going up to 12,000 feet, so should be a pretty easy flight. We're rolling real quick here.
Activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equip and numerous sites on the field. CPGLT. Services available.
First time in a long time I've landed in O'Hare. So this should be interesting.
When ready to taxi, contact ground leaving on frequency 1.6 7. Advise on initial contact. You will have information Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information Charlie 155.0. Air 310 and 8. Visibility 10. Your clouds 925 south. Temperature 23, 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vectors by LS runway 2, left and left approach. Visual approach runway 2, left and right. Visual approach runway 2, 8, center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Brief final runway hold short instruction. Departure of dispatch runway 22 left, 28 right from November 5, timer south, 750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Next UAPC closed. Pilot use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT. Services available. When ready to taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information Charlie 15510. We're 310 and 8. Visibility 10. Near clouds and 25 south. Temperature 23, 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch
I was
vector
going to do
mile
this
F
like the other
runway
day,
2,
but I couldn't
left
get the
and
camera
left
to work,
approach.
so I couldn't
Visual
record.
approach
So
runway 2, left and
I had to
right.
reset a whole bunch
Visual
of things.
approach
I
runway
got
2,
busy with
8,
something else,
center.
and so finally
Simultaneous
getting to
approach
it
is
today.
in view.
This
Brief
is
final runway hold short
actually three
instruction.
legs. Peoria to
Departure of
Chicago,
dispatch
Chicago
runway
to
22
Minneapolis, and then
left,
Minneapolis
28
to
right from
St.
November
Louis, which
5,
is
timer
the next
south,
stop in the
750
itinerary.
feet
So
available.
it's a three-leg
Notices to airmen.
combination of flights
Next
to get to St.
UAPC
Louis from
closed.
Peoria.
Pilot use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT. Services available. When ready to taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information Charlie 15510. We're 310 and 8. Visibility 10. Near clouds and 25 south. Temperature 23, 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vector mile F runway 2, 7 left approach. Visual approach runway 2, 7 right. Visual approach runway 2, 8 center. Simultaneous approach is in view. Brief final runway hold short instruction. Departure of dispatch runway 22 left, 28 right from November 5, timer south, 750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Next UAPC closed. Pilot use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT. Services available. When ready to taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information Charlie 15510. We're 310 and 8. Visibility 10. Near clouds and 25 south. Temperature 23, 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vector mile F runway 2, 7 left approach. Visual approach runway 2, 7 right. Visual approach runway 2, 8 center. Simultaneous approach is in view. Brief final runway hold short instruction. Departure of dispatch runway 22 left, 28 right from November 5, timer south, 750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Next UAPC closed. Pilot use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT. Services available. When ready to taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information, Charlie. 1551 We're 310 MH. Visibility 10. Your clouds magnitude 5000. Temperature 23. 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vector by LF runway 2, left and left approach. Visual approach runway 2, left and right. Visual approach runway 2, H, center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Brief angle runway hold short instruction. Departure dispatch runway 2 left, 28 right from November 5, 9,750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Actuate PP closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT services available. When ready with taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information, Charlie. 1551 We're 310 MH. Visibility 10. Your clouds magnitude 5000. Temperature 23. 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vector by LF runway 2, left and left approach. Visual approach runway 2, left and right. Visual approach runway 2, H, center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Brief angle runway hold short instruction. Departure dispatch runway 2 left, 28 right from November 5, 9,750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Actuate PP closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT services available. When ready with taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information, Charlie. 1551 We're 310 MH. Visibility 10. Your clouds magnitude 5000. Temperature 23. 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vector by LF runway 2, left and left approach. Visual approach runway 2, left and right. Visual approach runway 2, H, center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Brief angle runway hold short instruction. Departure dispatch runway 2 left, 28 right from November 5, 9,750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Actuate PP closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT services available. When ready with taxi, contact ground metering on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information, Charlie. 1551 We're 310 MH. Visibility 10. Your clouds magnitude 5000. Temperature 23. 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vector by LF runway 2, left and left approach. Visual approach runway 2, left and right. Visual approach runway 2, H, center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Brief angle runway hold short instruction. Departure dispatch runway 22 left, 28 right from November 5, 9 south, 750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Taxiway PC closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CCGLT. Services available. When ready to taxi, contact ground leader on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. O'Hare International Airport ATIS information, Charlie. 15510. Wind 310 and 8. Visibility 10. Your clouds and 25 south. Temperature 23, 2.3. Altimeter 3010. Arrival dispatch vectors by LF runway 27 left approach. Visual approach runway 27 right. Visual approach runway 28 center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Brief angle runway hold short instruction. Departure dispatch runway 22 left, 28 right from November 5, 9 south, 750 feet available. Notices to airmen. Taxiway PC closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. CPGLT. Services available. When ready to taxi, contact ground leader on frequency 121.67. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. O'Hare International Airport.
Well, we're showing now about 43 miles from Chicago, from O'Hare, so shouldn't be much longer. Coming up to our next waypoint, which is Newark, so we're getting there. Looks like Sandwich, Plano, Oswego, and Aurora. Big cities in front of us here on the ground. And as you can see, Lake Michigan off in the distance there. So that's where we're going to be heading. you can see, this is the Chicago area. This is Chicago O'Hare, which is where we're going to be landing at. And so we should be pretty soon. We'll be starting our descent and then turn back to the airport. Chicago skyline up here. Spread out there's Midway and Midway International Midway Airport. And down over here, this airport here is oh dear, I can't remember the name of it, but it's used a lot in for small aircraft. So we should be starting down pretty soon. And we are starting our descent now. And you can see there's the airport up in front of us. And so it shouldn't be too long and we'll be on the route to the airport. Looks like there's one aircraft taking off in front of us. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. They're taking off on the south side of the airport. We're landing on the north side of the airport, so I don't see anybody over on that side of the airport right now. So we should be clear to go into it. Well, it says another acceptable landing, so I guess we did all right on that. And we'll get off the runway here shortly, and then we will cut the video. And we'll taxi to the gate. So, thanks for the ride, and we'll talk to you later.